What's going on, people? This is Vision. Once again, more fraudulent activity is happening to me, and I have to make a video. This video now, this topic is called I Could Get Hypnotized. And everybody knows now that I could get hypnotized, and they're doing this fraudulent activity. They're continuously because they're wanting to change me so bad. They're doing this continuously doing this fraudulent activity. They're misusing the chip. They're finding out, because with the chip they find out I could when I'm sleeping, and then they track me. They have so many hours to track me and find me, because I try not to sleep in areas where it's easy for me to find, because I know these government agents or the government agents or these NorCal Masons are going to go out there and try to find me or something like that, try to interrupt me when I sleep. So I try to and then they use a time machine, and if they have to, everything just to try to change me so people could, and then they do these things, and then they say I'm old school, but why? It doesn't make sense, because these actions are all tragedies. They're just extending a tragedy that happened in my life, and because of their bald-headed, weak bitch master, Hector, because that's their god. I offend their god and their master mason for the NorCal Masons, the Freemason Society. I offend their master. He is the master of all masters and their god. They worship and bow to him. That's why they continue his wishes on me to change me. He was the one that he was the first Red Mexicans master to order the members in the gang to follow me before he died, and then when Osama signed the contract with the gang, they had to bring back the Red Mexicans first master. And then when the Red Mexicans, I guess, I don't know if it's in or out, it's weird, but now he's the master of the NorCal Masons. He's not only their master, he's their god. If he passes away, they're still gonna worship and pray to him. That's part of their power, the NorCal Masons. So when this hypnotism happened, and from my information that was sent to me, the NorCal Masons are not part of the hypnotism. This was actually through federal government. United States, like military, everything you see on the CNN or news. That federal government that holds the United States. Whenever you the anthem, national flag, and you've seen sports games, football games, all that kind of stuff. That government is behind the hypnotism. This federal government agent that works for the United States government was dating my kid's mother, and this was back in 2013, and she knew about this dude, but I didn't know if she knew if this dude was around to hypnotize me. But the action happened to me when I was asleep. It happened to me, and I'm against it. Nobody asked permission or said that, okay, we're gonna do this to you. No, they just did it. I don't know, I guess they felt they had the right to, but it's totally against me, totally against my wishes, totally against what I want in my life, and they did that. And like I said, in 2014, then they decided to use the chip and do all that, and this is what's going on. The gang now took the back seat. Now it's the NorCal Masons. They figured that they're just going to keep doing it to me. They want to change me. The United States government and America American federal government knows I want to leave the United States because of what they did to me on the chip, what they did to me on the hypnotism, and everything else. And they know I've been homeless. They know about the fraudulent activity, that I never had money. I've never seen the money. My enemy F-Scar, the federal government is for them. They're for the fraudulent, taking away all the money that was made off a tragedy, a serious tragedy and pain that happened in my life. They don't want to give that. They don't that money that was made off of that, they don't want to make it look like a tragedy, and they don't want to give it to me. And they leave me. I've been homeless for a long time, ever since a long time, and they try to cover it up. They never gave me no money, nothing. They frauded everything. They also hypnotized documents, everything. I was told all this is told to me. People, now it's weird, because these people who do these actions to me, they don't think I'm gonna find out. They don't think I'm gonna end up finding out. They don't think I'm gonna know about it. No, I end up finding out eventually. They're still hypnotizing me. When you're hypnotized, people, if you speak to a hypnotist, you're gonna find out what is hypnotism. Is when the mind separates from the body. Your mind is being remote controlled. No conscious. You're unconscious. You don't have no conscious of what you're doing. There's no awareness or thought to even hold a memory on what you're doing when you're hypnotized. People need to understand that. If people's eyes are open when they're hypnotized, doesn't mean that they could see anything through those eyes. People need to look up hypnotism. Hypnotism is you're at a state of unconsciousness. That means you're not conscious. You're not aware. You're not awake. The mind is separated from the body. And they did that action to me back in 2013, and then they started finding me and hypnotizing me when Osama signed the contract with the gang. Osama's out of office, so now it's the NorCal Masons. The NorCal Masons are putting out money for this action because of their God Master Mason, that bald-headed bitch, my enemy Hector. And I offend them when I talk like that, because of my anger, because of what his wishes want from me, and on how he invaded my life, because I never invaded his life. I don't invade my enemies' lives because I'm better than that. I'm more better, but they're just trying to make themselves better, so they invade my life. They want them to be top, so they have to do a lot of fraudulent work, a lot against me, fraudulent activity and stuff. And the hypnotism is the number one thing that's why they have to use a chip. They have to hypnotize. People who say, like, they go around, oh, I hope he remembers me, or some kind of stuff. Those people who they're saying that to, they're lying to that person. They're lying to that person when they say, oh, I hope he remembers me. Because if any pictures that are taken and posted not on MySpace are all fraudulent pictures. Anything on MySpace that I post pictures and the YouTube, all the videos, those are real pictures, real videos officially. Everything else is through the hypnotism. They have to do that to get away with changing me, with doing this kind of action, doing those actions. They have to get away. They know I've been broke for many years, and I've been homeless for a while. I've never owned a house, never got no lump sum of money, nothing like that. They just constantly do this fraudulent activity, so they and keep up with the tragedy on my life, because of my enemy F-Scar and the wishes of my enemy Hector and stuff. And the NorCal Masons, they've already adopted, and that's their god. They worship that person. They're gonna do whatever it takes. They know that person lies. They know that person did a serious tragedy in my life. But just because that person is the NorCal Masons God Master, they have to fight for that person. They're gonna die. They'll die first before their master's gonna die and stuff. They're gonna hold his ground higher and stuff. Even though they know he lies and they know what's going on, they're gonna do whatever it takes to make it not look like that, because that's how serious the NorCal Masons are. I'm not for the NorCal Masons, and they know that, so they continue this and stuff. This hypnotism, I'm 100% against. I'm not for this hypnotism. I'm not for the chip. They did these things, and they're continuously doing these actions to me, and they know. Yet I'm poor and homeless, and they still take from me. They still take my clothes. They do those things, and they hypnotize me. They know I don't have anything. They hypnotize me. They know I have kids, and they take them away. They try to have other. I've heard they try to have other Masons try to father my kids and just end up hurting my kids or doing mean things to my kids because of the anger and hate that they have for me, and the animosity that's going on. These people don't like me, and they lie to the whole world like they like me and they're cool with me, and they're not. And they try to make it look like I lie through all this hypnotism fraud that's going on to me that I'm 100% against. Remember, Leo Rubin MySpace is the real pictures, and then YouTube, the YouTube channel, those are real videos that I post. And nobody takes those pictures for me. I take them. Those are all selfies, and the videos, I hold the camera. It's all me. Everything's me. All right. Remember, the hypnotism that's going on, they're gonna find out whenever I fall asleep, and they're gonna send agents to try to look for me in areas. That's how they're doing it. And then they're gonna try to fool the world and say, no, we're just doing it to that person. Remember, Leo Rubin MySpace and YouTube. Later, people.